I'm inside the kiwi, trimming. Nice and easy because I can sit down, hot out. You can see those berries. This thing is really overgrown, and it's something easy I can do on a hot day. So what you're doing, you're trimming this kiwi. You can see this nice younger one here. It's actually dead on the end. You can get that in video. There we go. And so in order for the berries to grow, you don't need all this extra stuff. Where I got a pile here, got a pile way back there. It's taking over some of the strawberries. And like this huge mess here, you can see the older vines. They're nice and big back in here. But all this stuff is just useless, especially this new shoots. It will actually start to strangle out. If you watch here, go around, it's gone around that vine a few times, keeps going around it, and it'll start choking it out. And then the berries over here can't get anything to drink on. So I just go along every once in a while and I cut off all this excess stuff. So with that being done, kind of hard to do with one hand, but kind of get back here so you can see what you're doing. Get some of that pulled out of the way here. And that's an older one that was dead off. That one's, so you can get around here, cut that off, all this stuff here. So now I can see a little bit better what's going on. And all these long ones are pretty much useless at this point. Everything's already bloomed. But this kiwi will keep just growing and growing. And you just keep cutting back. Eventually you can find where it's coming out at. And just clip it off. That one's got berries on it. This one does not. This one maybe does, but it's choking out that bigger one. And all this low stuff just really sucks up the juice, and your berries won't get very big. And doing pretty good for being. I'm a right-handed person, but trying to cut all this back with the left hand, I broke my hand, so therefore trying to do it lefty. And it's not always the easiest to do. Especially when you cut right between the V. Now like this one, it's really stuck up in there. You just cut it out, eventually it'll die up off above, and then you can pull it out. Like this one here has been wrapped all around. This one here. Now this girl can breathe a little bit better. That one's got a double, so cut there, cut there. Hopefully I'm not really watching the video so much as I'm trying to cut. There we go. There's a big mess. And there we go. Get that out. Pull that out. And when it gets down like this, that's actually the vine coming down through here, comes down, and then you have this huge mess down here. You have this other vine coming in. Definitely don't need her choking it off. Cut that out. Cut that. So that helps it free it up a little bit, but it's still a big mess. So I start looking for anything that's not having any kind of fruit on there. Like this one has no fruit all the way back up to here, where it's getting choked. You can see how it's getting wrapped around and around. And then nothing there. Makes it a little bit easier as you go. I just kind of pick one at a time, and if you can actually cut it, that would be nice. And when they touch down here on the ground, they're not going to grow anything. Now if they do, it's just going to get wet in the morning, and it will get bad very quickly. So it just puts more stress on that vine. So it's just better just to go ahead and get rid of it now. And my strawberries are all over the place. We've had a huge strawberry crop this year. So again, just keep cutting back anything with berries on it. Now here's where it starts getting, okay, so that was off of what I just cut. So cut that, cut that. See, it's already starting to look better. No berries on there. That's been cut off. Don't need that. Drag it out of the strawberries. Alright, don't need that. Alright, so I'm going to quit playing. Oh, see, now I wasn't watching. That happens once in a while. Got a few berries on that one. But the tree's got a lot, so if you miss and miscut once in a while, it's not that big a deal. So there's a couple berries. Right, oop, get my bait to go up here. There's a couple berries. So what you want to do is you want to open that up so that they can breathe. Get rid of all this other stuff. I'll cut right back to it. There's no berries on here. Back to there, nothing there. So you want the leaves above it, and that way it's got like a canopy above, and the berries are hanging underneath. Like here. Get that in focus. There we go. So we got a bunch of berries here, and I just clip the leaves around it, hopefully without catching any of the berries. And they're kind of like grapes. You don't want the leaves touching the berries. You want about 1 inch above them. You get them some air going through here, and that way they don't get any too much moisture on the berry itself in the morning, and then the sun heats it up and it gets bad. And I cut that out here. So therefore I open these up a little bit. There's still a bunch of stuff above them, so we're just gonna get rid of that. There's another little berry here, and when the leaves get too big, it's a problem also, because now the leaves are sucking all the juice and the berries aren't getting anything. And that sucker's tangled in there really well. So just keep opening that up. I could cut that one all the way back there. That opens it up some more. You can even sometimes just cut all those leaves away and open it up really well. And then you'll sometimes find more berries just because they're hiding. Get that leaf or opened up. Oh, there's berries out on that one. I almost cut some more off. Not quite, but getting there. Alright. So pull those out. Get rid of some more of these leaves. A little berry there. Now it should get a little more juice to it. Help it grow a little better. So hopefully you learned something off this. It took me a while to figure out how to grow the kiwi better. And like some of these leaves, they're almost as big as my hand. You know, they're definitely as big as my palm. Those you definitely want to get rid of. They're just way too big. They suck up too much energy out of that tree. And like these, you can't even see these berries back in here. Trying to get this clipped off here without clipping any of the berries. And you'll see there's actually quite a few of them in here hidden. And if I would have left that, they get all nasty and they won't grow. And a lot of times you have this nice big canopy above that's catching all the rain and getting sunlight, and you won't have a problem with the getting enough nutrients to it. But you will have a problem if they got too moist down here. So now there's a bunch of berries that you couldn't see before, but now you can. And there's even more up there, my goodness. So get all these leaves away. So that they can start growing better. And this is, what is today? End of May. May something. So there's more berries there. You can also, the grapevines and the kiwi are very resilient. If you got the hand strength, you can just sit here and pluck them. Let me see, that one's, yeah, so you can just get rid of the leaves by just plucking them off. Sometimes it's easier and faster to do it that way. You're not going to hurt the kiwi vine, and you're not going to hurt the grapevines by just yanking and pulling. You can sit there and pull all day long like that, and you can tell that berry's still on there, even after I yanked like crazy on that whole thing. It's still hanging on. So you can also just yank if you don't want to sit there and clip the whole time. And sometimes it's easier because you can just see the end of the leaf and you can yank on it. So now those berries came off. They're all doing pretty good. So it should have a good crop this year. And this is just one vine.